Hi, my name is Rachel Newman, and I am super excited to talk to you today because there's something that is so strong in my heart that is going to set some of you free, and this is going to be a new start. Today, you can mark it on your calendar that your life is different after you receive the truth of Jesus Christ into your life today. So, I lost my husband about 5.5 months ago to a brain tumor. We were married 14 years. I have an almost 3-year-old boy, and this has been the most difficult trial I could have imagined I could ever go through. Took me totally by surprise. Didn't plan on it. Didn't want it. Here I am. So, as part of my recovery and healing process, because it hurts a lot when you lose your best friend and your lover and the man that you admire most in the world, your baby's daddy, your partner in life, your team leader. He's just gone. Just gone. You know, I wish I could just be okay. But, you know, I'm getting there. So, as part of being okay, I have started reading some of my old journals that I had written early in our relationship. And one of the things that has struck me, I'm amazed by it, is that when Matt and I first got together, I was under such a heavy weight of shame and condemnation because I had been raised in the church. And, you know, I heard a very wise man say once, if you were raised in the church, the good news is you were raised in the church. And the bad news is you were raised in the church. Because in churches today is sometimes the best place to be condemned and to feel like you're a failure and to feel like God is far away and you can never be near Him. It shouldn't be this way. It should not be this way in our churches. But some churches are like that. If you're in a church like that, I encourage you to come to Healing Grace Tulsa, because you will find so much freedom in the grace of Jesus there. And there's other wonderful churches where you can get the true, pure gospel of Jesus Christ that sets you free. So today I want to talk to not only people who grew up in the church. I know a lot of people have been tremendously hurt by so-called Christians and by so-called teachings and doctrines of Jesus. And if you hear something, if you're told that Jesus thinks something about you or says something about you and it makes you feel powerless and like a failure and worthless and just full of shame, like you want to hide from God because you're afraid of Him, then it's a lie, and you need to reject that, because Jesus sets your heart free. The truth of Jesus sets your heart free. And shame and condemnation keep you in bondage. They're a tomb. They're a grave that you rot away in. There's no power in a life like that. And the life of a Christian should not have any shame or condemnation. It'll come at us, but you got to put that shield of faith up, and you got to quench the fiery darts of the wicked and send them right back to hell where they came, because a child of God has no shame. All of your punishment, all of your failures, every mark that you've missed has been put on Jesus, and He is the Lamb that took away the sin of the world, the whole world. And now we, as His children, are the lights of the world. We don't have a little tiny light inside of us. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. No. We have the light of the world inside of us, and it should level shame and condemnation. Like that, bring it to the ground. So, that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. And I'm going to sing this song called Glorious Day. We sing this at church on Sunday. And oh my gosh, it reminded me, you know, after I married Matt, I still had this longing in my heart, this hole of like needing to be perfectly seen and valued and accepted, even though he loved me like almost no other man could do. He was perfect. So I knew I had an amazing marriage with an almost perfect husband, and yet I still had this hole in my heart. And the Holy Spirit said, that's because I'm your knight in shining armor. There's no man on earth who's going to fill your hole like I will. That longing in your heart. Jesus is the one who's riding on that white horse to rescue us from every weight that would hold us down and entomb us. And that's why he said, my yoke is easy and my burden is light, because when you are in his presence and you know you are perfectly seen, every nook and cranny of everything you've ever done and everything you've ever thought, and you are accepted and loved and wanted and desired, oh, it sets your heart so free. And this song just reminds me when I finally got a hold of the true, pure gospel of Jesus Christ, that the ordinances and the laws and the rules that were condemning me and were against me and were sentencing me to death and hell were nailed on the cross with Jesus. Oh, it makes me so excited. It makes me so excited. It makes me want to tell everybody. So that's what I'm doing. So this today is for somebody. If you are just stumbling through life under a load of weight and shame because you've done something, or you've been used, you've been abused, you're addicted, you've been promiscuous, you've been with 1,000 men or 1,000 women, maybe you're just filled with worry, filled with fear. Maybe you look in the mirror and you hate what you see. I don't know what your thing is. Maybe you overeat. Maybe you undereat. Maybe you hate being a mom, or you hate being a dad, and you feel so guilty because it's just not fun to be responsible for the life of somebody else. I don't know what your deal is, but we've all got deals. We've all got deals. And every single one of them has been taken care of. And you can hear right now Jesus call your name. And you get up and you walk out. You walk out of whatever it is that's got you buried. And don't ever look back. Okay? And tell me, send me a message. Tell me you did this, and I will pray with you. And we will get on a Bible reading plan. And you can come to church with me. I'll find you a church where you're at if you're nowhere near me. And we'll get you in a church that'll teach you the truth, because, oh my gosh. Get up and walk out of that grave, okay? I was buried beneath my shame. Who could carry that kind of weight? It was my tomb till I met you. I was breathing but not alive. All my failures I tried to hide. It was my tomb till I met you. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into that glorious day. Your mercy has saved my soul. Now your freedom is all that I know. The old made new. Jesus, when I met you, when you called my name, and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness, into your glorious day. You called my name, and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness, into your glorious day. I needed rescue, my sin was heavy, but chains break at the weight of your glory. I needed shelter, I was an orphan. Now you call me a citizen of heaven. When I was broken, you were my healing. Now your love is the air that I'm breathing. I have a future, my eyes are open, 'cause when you called my name, I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness, into your glorious day. You called my name, and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness, to your glorious day. Ha-ha! There's a line in that song that says, chains break at the weight of your glory. And if you look in the New Testament at that Greek word for glory, the number one definition of glory is a good opinion or judgment of someone. God's glory is what he thinks of you, what he speaks over you, what he declares over you, which is that you have been made righteous, that you are in right standing with him, that you can come boldly before his throne as his beloved child, that he loves you with an unconditional, everlasting love, and that you have been given the power to be a son or a daughter of God, the King of kings, the ruler of the universe, and the creator of everything that exists. His glory and his opinion is all that matters on this earth. And so you better agree with him today and get up and run out of that grave.